Hey, what's up YouTube viewers and betanews.com readers? Brian Fagioli here, and today I have the Acer Cloudbook 14, which is a low-cost Windows 10 laptop. It's $249 as the MSRP. I mean, you can maybe even get it for less than that. But it is a little bit underpowered. I'll admit to that. I will say it's only got 2 gigs of RAM. The processor's a little underpowered. So I know some people have wondered, can you upgrade these things? Can you add more RAM or anything like that? I don't know the answer to that, so let's go ahead and find out. There's a series of screws. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, cool. So I'm just going to go around this laptop, removing all the screws, and we'll see what's on the inside. Can we upgrade the SSD? Can we upgrade the RAM? Let's find out, shall we? Okay. So let me lower the camera here. The screws all are Phillips, and they all look to be the same size. So I'm just going to go through here and remove all the screws. And what I'm expecting to see most likely is maybe access to the RAM and possibly access to the Wi-Fi card. I don't know what kind of solid state drive is in here. I think it's one of those like eMMCs. I don't know if it's upgradable, what the story is here. But we will find out shortly, shall we? Let's go ahead. So far in my testing, for $249, the Acer Cloudbook is a good laptop for like web surfing and light office work. But beyond that, it is very, very underpowered. So even having more than, let's say, 5 tabs open in Chrome could cause issues here. Alright, so let's see here. Boom. Get all those screws out. Okay, so all the screws are now removed. And the question is, can we now open this up? Using my fingers, it's not particularly easy. However, let's see what I could grab and use. I think I have a PCI slot cover over here. I do. Alright, so let's see. If we wanted to pry this maybe by the USB port here. There we go. There we go. And I'm just going to go through. Ooh. Boom. Okay. So now the plate is off, the back plate. Let's look in here and see what we got. Oh, wow. So I'm actually a little disappointed by the upgradability. Okay, so we have, it looks like an enormous battery right here. Rechargeable lithium-ion battery. Can we pull this out? Let's see. Battery is screwed in 2 screws here, and it's connected by a cable here. You know what? We already got it open. Let's go ahead and keep on moving here. So we're going to remove the battery. Hopefully I don't electrocute myself. I don't think I will. These screws are a little bit smaller on the battery, so I'm going to keep them separate, make sure I don't lose them. And the reason I'm removing the battery is I don't know if there's anything underneath it that might be upgradable. So let's pull off this carefully there. Ooh, there's a ribbon cable that goes right across for some reason. What does it say? Halogen free. Can I slide the battery up that way? Okay. I'm trying to do this so I don't have to remove the ribbon cables that are going across it. Okay. Underneath the battery, there is nothing. Wow, okay. So that was pointless, and I did remove the ribbon cable that I didn't want to remove. Okay. Well, we got the battery. Here's the battery. So this is a giant battery, 4810 mAh. put that to the side. What else do we have here? Oops, I'm losing screws. Okay, so here's the Wi-Fi card. So we can upgrade the Wi-Fi card, potentially. I've had some laptops where if you change the Wi-Fi card, it doesn't boot or it doesn't allow you to. This particular Wi-Fi card is a dual-band wireless AC3160, so it's actually a really good Wi-Fi card. Intel makes really good Wi-Fi cards, so I wouldn't recommend changing that out. You definitely want to leave that in. Wow, underneath this plate, I believe, is just the processor. Well, that's good. Let's check that out. So there's 4 screws there. I'm gonna have to remember how I took this apart. Let's just keep on moving here. So here's 4 more screws. I'll take this plate off. I was really hoping that we could upgrade the RAM. This has 2 gigs in it. If there was one memory DIMM, like, you know, that you could access to make it to 4 gigabytes, would be really, really cool. Okay. And as we can see, there is in fact the processor. So what I took off is actually like a heat shield for the processor. You can see the thermal paste there. And I'm not going to replace the thermal paste, and under normal circumstances I would probably, if this was like a laptop that I was going to be upgrading and like holding on to for a while, I would probably redo the thermal paste rather than just put this back on like so, but I don't feel like doing that. So let's see. Oops. Alright, so this heat shield I'm going to put back on. And this is a Celeron processor, so that's why there's no fan or any big clunky heat sink. It's a very thin piece of aluminum. I'm surprised it even really does much at all. Let's see. Alright, so let's screw these back on here. Oops. I apologize if this video is a little boring, but you don't have to watch it from start to finish. This is just a good video. If you're interested in buying the Acer Cloudbook, you might be like, I wonder what the inside looks like. I wonder if it's upgradable. So pretty much the answer is no. You can change the Wi-Fi card, it looks like. If you get underneath here, I don't really want to go any further into taking off all this, but if you get underneath there, you can maybe get to the RAM somehow. I don't know if it's soldered in somewhere. But I'll say this, it's probably not worth the hassle. So if you're going to get the Acer Cloudbook, which is it's a good laptop so far in my testing for basic home use. But if your idea is that you're going to buy a low-cost Cloudbook and then upgrade the RAM and the solid-state drive and stuff like that, it's not going to happen. This is not a upgradable machine. And now I'm having trouble with this last screw. It's always the last screw that gives you trouble, right? Alright, let's see. It looks like it's off a little bit. There we go. Force it in there a little bit. I know some people watching this will probably freak out, but it's really not a big deal. Alright, so let's see. What do we want to do now? So we want to, I'll show you guys a laptop. Hopefully it still boots. Let's see what we got to do next. So now I want to put the battery back. Okay. So how did the battery go? The battery went like this. Alright. Okay. Battery's back in. Now I have to get this ribbon back in. I'm just going to slide that in. You can see there I'm going to slide that ribbon in. It should just kind of click down, and it does. Okay. Okay, so that's in, that's in, that's in. I'm not forgetting anything. So let's grab the back of this laptop. If I could find where I put it. Oh, here it is. And so you can see here, this is kind of like, this is like a thin aluminum heatsink that goes on top of the CPU. this this looks like copper here, will then go on top of that to even draw even more heat. But it is a fanless design. And there you go. So the question that some people have asked me, I think a couple people have asked me in private, and I think on YouTube there were 1 or 2 people that might have asked, can you upgrade anything inside? And the answer really is no. This is not a machine to buy if you're looking to upgrade anything. It is more a laptop just for general use. And like I said, you can upgrade the Wi-Fi card, but that might be the best thing about this laptop is the Intel AC card. So I would not suggest touching that card because it's a really good card. There we go. And you're just going to hear this plastic snapping back in as I put this all together. So I haven't done an official review for this laptop yet, but I know people wonder, do I suggest this laptop? So as of this moment, would I suggest this laptop? Yes and no. I mean, if you really just need to surf the web, let's say you have a family member, Christmas is coming, right? So Christmas is coming. You have a family member that just goes on Facebook. Let's say all they do is go on Facebook and watch maybe YouTube videos. They can get by with this. But even then, even like watching YouTube or something, it's not the most powerful machine. So, let's see. I would recommend this for somebody who wants to type papers for college, wants to surf the web, check email, look at pictures, family photos, things like that. You cannot game with this machine. You cannot, there's just a lot you can't do here with this laptop. But it does have a USB 2.0 port, it has a USB 3.0 port. Let's see. And of course, I've already misplaced some screws. And in hindsight, I think I forgot to screw the battery down, but that's alright. This is pushing it down. Even when I build desktops, I'm a PC builder, and I usually don't even use all the screws. Like if I an optical drive I'm putting into a case, I might use 1 or 2 screws. Solid state drive, I'll use like 2 screws. As long as it's in, usually opposite corners, you're fine. So yes, I dropped some screws on the floor. I'll have to find them. Let's see if this laptop still boots now that I messed around with it a bit. Battery could be dead. I have been playing with it. Oh no. So let's see, do I have the charger? So I've done one of 2 things. Either I've somehow broke the laptop, which I don't think is the case, because even if I did, even if I did screw up anything, it should at least power up. But there you go. The Acer Cloudbook 14, I will do an official written review at betanews.com. But as of right now, yes, I could recommend this for someone who has extremely basic needs. Beyond that, I wouldn't feel comfortable recommending this for anybody who does anything more than the basics. And as you can see, just from the opening up now that I just did, you cannot upgrade this thing, which is a little disappointing. I was hoping that you could at least bump it from 2 gigs to 4 gigs, and because you buy a machine, you buy a laptop, and you want it to last, I don't know, 3 years maybe? I don't think that's so out of the ordinary to buy a piece of electronics and hope to hold on to it for a few years. So maybe you can get by with 2 gigs right now, but maybe in like 2 years you're going to be like, wow, I really wish I had 4 gigs, and it's nice to be able to upgrade the RAM. I'm not a big fan of disposable electronics. I like to be able to upgrade or get a lot of value up front so that it'll at least last a few years. So there you go. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. But like you saw, it's really not an upgradable machine. Thanks for watching.